Hello everyone, welcome to IGCSE with Optimus. Subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to never miss an update on our IGCSE content.
Hello dear students, in this video we are going to talk about question number 9 from paper 2019 October-November 42. Question says that describe what is meant by the term electric field. Now we know that electric field is the region in which electric charges apply force on each other. So we can say that the region in which electric charge experiences force. So region in which electric charge experiences force, that is nothing but electric field. Question B. Figure 9.1 shows two parallel conducting plates connected to a battery. You can see that the left hand side plate is connected to positive terminal and right hand side plate is connected to negative terminal of the battery. On figure 9.1, draw 5 lines to show the electric field pattern between the two plates. We know that electric field is indicated by electric field lines and the direction of electric field lines is from positive to negative. They are asking us to draw 5 lines over here. So we will be drawing 3 lines parallel to each other. Like this, and we will mark the direction of electric field, which is from positive, which is left hand side plate, to negative, that is right hand side plate. The first and last line is to be drawn as curve. Like this. This is part C of question number 9. Question says that when fully charged, a 1.2 volt rechargeable battery, so we are given with voltage over here, rechargeable battery can deliver current of 210 milliampere. Please note that it is given in milliampere, which is not an SI unit of electric current, for 10 hours. Even the time is not given in seconds, it is given in hours. So we will have to convert both of these quantities into their SI units. Calculate the charge that can be delivered by fully charged battery. We know the formula for electric current, that is I equals to Q upon T. So if I want value of charge, I can multiply current with time. So we will say that charge is current into time, but as I said, current and time, they are not in their SI units. So while substituting, we'll have to convert them to their SI units. 210 milliampere is 210 into 10 raised to minus 3 ampere. Milli has power 10 raised to minus 3. And for time, since it is given in hours, we will multiply it by 3600, as 1 hour has 3600 seconds. When we do the calculation, 200 into 10 raised to minus 3 multiplied by 10 and 3600, we will get answers 7560. So we will write it as 7560 coulomb. Coulomb is the unit for charge. Next question says that calculate energy stored in the battery when it is fully charged. We know the formula for voltage. Voltage is equal to energy required to move a unit charge in circuit. So if I want energy, I can use this formula as energy is equal to voltage into charge. How much is the value of voltage given to us? It is 1.2 and the value of charge that we have calculated in above question 7560. So I can directly multiply 7560 with 1.2. I'll get answer 9072 joules. Now, last question, state the type of energy stored when the battery is charged. We know that whenever batteries are charged, they store chemical energy within them. This is question number 10, paper 2019, October-November 42. The nucleus of a hydrogen atom is a proton. The mass of proton is m and the size of the charge on proton is E. So they have assumed that the proton's mass is m and the size of charge on proton is E. Complete the table 10.1. Express your answers in terms of m and E. 3 spaces have already been completed. So we have to write answers by comparing the mass and charge given for proton. If I compare neutron with proton, you can see that mass of neutron is similar to that of proton, and that's why they have written m for mass of neutron. For neutrons charge, we know that neutrons they are chargeless particles. So the charge on neutron will be 0. When we talk about gamma ray, for gamma ray, the mass is going to be 0 and charge is also going to be 0 because gamma rays are considered to be almost massless and chargeless. When we talk about helium nucleus, you can see here they have given this symbol for helium nucleus, which helps you understand that it has 2 protons and it has 2 protons and 2 neutrons in its nucleus. So its total mass is 4 units. So if I compare mass of proton and neutron, if there are 4 particles in total, 2 protons and 2 neutrons, the total mass of the nucleus is going to be 4 times of m, and the charge on the helium nucleus will be twice as that of electron. Next question. Many schools and colleges use radioactive isotopes for teaching and research. Describe how these radioactive isotopes are handled, used and stored in safe way. We are supposed to write about how they are handled, how they are used and how they are stored. So we'll write 1 point for each of them. First we will say that while handling radioactive isotopes, avoid direct contact and use metal tongs to handle them. When we say how we use them, we would say that while using them, avoid larger exposure to them. So we will try to keep the exposure minimum and we can avoid the direct contact with the radioactive isotopes. Third, they have asked about how we can store them. Radioactive isotopes are to be stored in well shielded storage spaces made with either lead or concrete walls. So lead and concrete being highly denser substances, they will not allow the leakage of radioactive isotopes or their wastes outside the laboratories. Thank you.